So in this video, we're going to do a sideline kettlebell arm spiral. So this is for anybody who has neck tension that's problematic, maybe just a tight shoulder. Even if you're somebody with a hand or elbow issue, this is something that goes directly with what you're going to need to work on. All we need is to lay on your side. You need a pillow so your neck is relatively neutral. And then you've got to have a kettlebell to do this. You can use a dumbbell, but it really doesn't do the same thing. So Holly here is laying on her right side. The left arm's just going to come straight up. Round side against your arm is typically more comfortable for people. Fair warning, it's only so comfortable. So from here, you just got to be able to stabilize your weight. There's a couple cues here that really matter. The first one is knuckles to the sky. And what I mean by that is we kind of want it to look and feel like there's a little shelf on top of the knuckles here. And I should be able to balance a little teacup right there. Some people, when they hold, I'm going to turn you a little. Some people, when they hold a kettlebell, their wrist really breaks this way in that ulnar deviation. And I really want you guys to try to feel very stacked in your hand. And if that means we need to adjust the grip of the kettlebell, you can do whatever you need to. If you need to adjust it, if you're good, we'll just leave it here. And that's kind of a big piece to this, is a strong, stiff, stacked wrist. So from here, you got to use all the fingers. Some people get lazy in their grip. You got to be pretty strong in the hand. All we're really focusing on is a good spiral. So at first, I'm just going to have Holly externally rotate her arm. So the elbow pit is going to turn kind of facing her / rolling this way. And she's going to rotate as far as she possibly can, feeling for movement through the elbow, shoulder, and shoulder blade. But we do not want the lower back to kick in, and I don't want you to feel like your ribs kick forward. A lot of people will arch and not really realize it, so we want to be mindful of that. Once we're out of room, for right now, we're just going to go clean internal rotation the other way. And for right now, it's like a scan. We're feeling for all the joints in the arm. Do we feel elbow rotation? Do we feel shoulder? Is the shoulder blade coming along for the ride? And I want you to allow a shrug. So if she really cranks into it, this shoulder should feel like it wants to come up and over the ribs, and the whole shoulder girdle should want to move. And I want you to really exaggerate that, like it should feel wrong. And we go as far as you can without pain or discomfort. Well, a little discomfort's okay. And then we change directions. The hand is the driver. We find our big rotation. So that's the general rotation. From here, as we get more picky with this, what we're going to try to do is segmentally rotate. So I'm going to hold her upper arm, and I'm going to have Holly internally rotate, feeling for elbow rotation. And what we want to try to do is maximize the torque and the twisty feeling in the elbow, like we're wringing out a towel. And once that maxes out, it kind of slingshots down into the shoulder, and then the scapula comes along for the ride. Once we max out there, same game the other direction. I'm going to hold her upper arm. She's going to find rotation in the forearm / elbow. Once she maxes out the elbow, we're going to make sure she's got all of it, and then it slingshots down through the shoulder to the scap. Now, if you're on your own, you can just use your other hand and just lightly reach up here. And just don't force it. Just feel for what you got. Your hand is a guide, so you can make sure you're getting the most out of these joints. And I'm sure she's starting to get a little fatigued here as she's doing this. Typically about 6 to 10 reps is more than enough. This is a 9-pound kettlebell. Most people, the goal is to work up to about 15 pounds for repetition. And then the only other piece to this, if we're really going to get nitty-gritty, is synchronizing neck rotation with the hand. So if we go external rotation, the eyes are going to lead head rotation with the arm spinning. And this is where we integrate like neurologically with the hand and the neck. From here, the hand and the eyes are synchronized together as we go the other way. You take your time on this. It is very much a control game. It is not a strength game, but you will fatigue as you do this. And this is the kettlebell arm spiral. I'm just going to have her do one more with the eyes just so we can see how things all integrate together. Hand turns over, head goes with it. As the hand turns in, the eyes take the head the other direction. And we just rinse and repeat. That's the arm spiral.